Good morning, Flosstube. This is Mandy coming to you with another update. Today is Saturday, September 26th, and hope you guys are all having a wonderful weekend so far. You can find me here on Flosstube and on Instagram under StitchingBee82. So welcome to my channel about cross stitch. I've got, oh my goodness, have I got some great stuff to show today. So I have been off work this week since last Tuesday, this past Tuesday, and the 22nd, and then I will actually be off all this week through Thursday, going back to work on Friday, vacation time. So I haven't gone anywhere. There's Stitches. Say hi. So it's a bit of a staycation. I've been hanging out with my dad. He's a little bit on the older side. We've got a caretaker for him. He does have a little bit of dementia going on, so it's just been great having a caretaker. It's actually my sister's mother-in-law. Great help. But she's taken a little bit of time away, so, and they've also got a bunch of animals, so there's a bunch of chickens, there's 3 horses, and 3 cows, a bunch of ducks too. And so I've been going over every morning and making sure all the critters are fed, and then also just hanging out with my dad, taking care of him. I mean, not that I have to do a whole lot for him, but making sure he's eating and, you know, all that good stuff, not getting into anything, not leaving, you know, a hot burner on or anything like that. So, but because of that, I've been able to get so much stitching done. It's been great. I'm loving it. And so because of that, I've got finishes. Very exciting. So, the first, we'll just go ahead and dive right into it. The first finish that I have for you, you've seen it the last few weeks, is Falling Leaves, artwork by Kathleen Berlew, and this was in the 2015, fall 2015 Cross Stitch and Needlework magazine. I'm absolutely loving the colors on this. The only change that I made is these yellow blobs here and throughout. It called for a DMC, I don't remember the number, it was like 38 something, 3700 something, and I have, I've shown it last week that I've got a perfect color and Colour Cotton that is like a near exact match to that. So there was one day that hanging out at with my dad and everything that not much was going on, and looking at it, I figured I could probably actually get this finished up. 1,200 stitches later in one day, I got it finished. It is so pretty. I just absolutely love it. This is stitched on a piece of 16 counts Picture This Plus in Fresco. And just look at those colors. So again, the yellow balls are in a Colour and Cotton. Now I forget what Colour and Cotton it was. I'll put it in the description below because I'm drawing a blank and I don't have it handy at the moment. Maybe I'll put it down below. I'm drawing a complete blank of what the color name is. But otherwise, everything is all called for in DMC. The tree trunk and branches are in 310, and then the rest of the colors is really pretty. So I have decided, I haven't made any purchases yet. Just put that on the floor. But I'm actually I'm thinking of just going to like Michael's when they have one of those good 40, 50, or 60% off coupons and get a scrapbook type book. I know Bendy Stitchy has that beautiful journal, and then McKenna Stitching in Sequins, I think it is, she showed this like a scrapbook style book that she got from Amazon, and she just showed using like those zappy dots or zippy dots or whatever they're called to like mount the stitches into the book, and it's such a great idea. So I think I'm going to kind of combine the two ideas and make my own a little stitchy scrapbook journal type book, so that I can put these little smalls in. I don't really know what else to do with them, like everyone else has said that starts these little journals. And so I don't know that I want to get all fancy. I love what Michelle does with hers. Hers is absolutely gorgeous, but I don't get cards in the mail and things like that I know she uses. So I don't really know what kind of stuff I would use to like trim things out or whatever, but I do want to get some kind of pretty label or something. I don't know. I want to go wander through the store and see what I can find to kind of mount some of these smaller pieces in to have that little stitchy book. So my next finish, I did this in one sitting. So last Saturday night, I got the whim. I had this piece set aside. I've been wanting to stitch it for a while and just hadn't done anything about it. And so on a whim, last Saturday night at like 9 p.m., I picked up the material and floss and I started stitching. And I stayed up until after 1 o'clock and I got it finished. So I am a huge fan of Gilmore Girls. I know I've talked about having a couple of Luke's coffee mugs, Needleminders, and love the series. So a few years ago for Christmas, my girlfriend Crystal got me a pack. Like, she found an Etsy shop that sells, like, it's a bundle of like 6 different patterns from the show, and so I hadn't done anything with them yet, just lots of things to stitch, so no reason, just I love the design. So this one I came up or found, and it's just done on a piece of little scrap aida that I had, and so I finally got it stitched up. So this is Dragonfly Inn, and it is by an Etsy shop called Popular Stitch. I'll be sure to link them below because I did make sure the shop is still in business. There's all kinds of different TV shows and stuff. I didn't go through all kinds what all she has available. I guess I should say, because I don't know who the owner is. But there's all kinds of different patterns, I'm sure, not just Gilmore Girls. So Dragonfly Inn. So if anybody doesn't know the show, it's a mother-daughter duo, and the mother opens an inn called the Dragonfly Inn. So this is the cover photo. This is not the pattern. But I love it. So the pattern calls for the dragonfly to be done in 310 and the words to be done in a purple, probably 550. And I decided this dragonfly needed some zhuzhing up a little bit. And so I came across a DMC that I had, a variegated. Yes, I know I've got all the color and cottons, but this one just drew right to me. So it's a DMC 4200, and I don't know if I can get this shown up to them. It is just so pretty. It's just like deeper pinks to really pale pink. There we go. There's a good variegation. You can see some of the, not perfect, but it's just the super, super pretty pinks. I love it. So I did the dragonfly in that, and I did the words in 310. There we go. There's a good, you can see. I did line by line, you know, doing halfway this way, or half line this way, half the other, coming back across. So it's got a little bit of a stripey. And then this portion I just went up and down. So, but yeah. So really pretty design. I love it. Just so simple. Like I said, I got it stitched out in one evening. So I don't have the rest of them here, but I know one says something about I need coffee and an IV. I don't remember what else I had, but really, really cute, simplistic designs without being, you know, not needing a whole lot of colors and all of that kind of stuff. So, so the next finish that I'll show you is actually a page finish. So I know a lot of the times I tend to show my eagles last in my whip, but I'm gonna go ahead and show it now. So this is going to require me standing up, getting the chair out of the way because it is off the Q-snap. I know it's been a while since you guys been, since I've shown everything without this being on the Q-snap. So I finished this page on Thursday, and so then on Friday I just worked on some other stuff, and so I just left it off the Q-snap so I could be able to show. So I'll be putting a full picture here of the design if you haven't seen it. It is Together We Stand, artwork by Jody Bergsma and charted by Heaven and Earth. So bear with me while I get this out. And as you see, I have to go back a little ways to be able to get it fully in the camera. And there we go. come up and show you closer. So this was page 44 that I finished out of 49. As you can see, it's like a blanket sitting over me. So there's the page that I finished. Working more on that flag. So I've got a little more of the flag coming in, and then it's going to start picking up the eagle body right here. So the next page. So this means I have 5 pages left. When I put the numbers into the Excel spreadsheet that I have that keeps track of these, I am 91% complete. So 5 pages remaining, and a little more than 8%. So it's 91 point something. So a little more than 8% left to go. And just, oh, I'm just so in love with these guys. I don't know if I've said it before in previous videos when I've shown that, but my dad has a jacket with pretty much that same design on the back of it. And I was so far into the piece when it dawned on me that he had a jacket with that design on it. And it was so cool to be able to see, you know, the design on, you know, other artwork and that. So that is it for my finishes, page finish. And I've got a couple more whips to show. And so we'll just go ahead and move in. This next piece is, and I'm going to put a piece in of what it looks like because I've got the digital pattern. It is Shooting Star by Carolyn Manning Designs. I'm loving this piece. And this is stitched on a piece of 16 count white aida, 2 strands over 1 full cross. The Dragonfly piece, Dragonfly Inn, was done on, I think, just a piece of a scrap 14 count aida on that one. I used to be big on, when I really got into stitching, I was big into 14 count, and so I would do all kinds of ornaments and all of that. So I've got all kinds of little pieces laying around that for making the Christmas ornaments. So I'm pretty sure that was on a 14 count. And then Eagles is on 16 count, and everything else today is on 16 count. So I just love the colors. Try not to get it too washed out. So yesterday I worked on this, and I just started filling in. You can see that there's a good bit of white through there. It's B5200, and a little bit of white coming over here. There was the little diamond here, so I got that circled, not circled, but squared out with the other darker purple. Got some of the yellow in. So I'm loving it. Stitches is jumping up with me. So page 2 is somewhere over here. I know last time I showed it to you, I explained that I just kind of started going into the next page. When now that I'm using the iPad for my patterns, makes it easy to go into the next pages. And so the last whip that I have to show is, I'll put the picture here. It is Mini Dark Goddess, artwork by Carol Cavalaris. And I picked this up last weekend for a little bit, and then I did another 100 stitches or so last night. And I have page 1 complete, and I'm working on page 2. And again, this is one that I've also kind of gone into the page 2 when I was working on page 1, and then like whatever page is below page 1 where I'm carrying the symbols down as I have the floss. Another 16 count, 2 strands over 1 full cross. I've never done anything half stitches or, you know, continental stitches, so everything is always full cross, and it's just a matter of, there's a couple pieces that I have on 16 count or 18 count, but for the most part 16 count is my jam, I guess. I'm getting into more of the 18 count, but definitely loving the 16 count for the most part. So not looking a whole lot different, I guess. This is DMC 3865, so basic white. So I'm not really seeing a whole lot there, I guess. So that's just basically where I was working at. But I love the colors on this. Excuse me, I reached down. So Full Coverage Fanatics has their 2021 challenges released already, so I haven't started any kind of planning or anything like that, but I am planning on getting my eagles done this year. I'm making a big push to try to do that. If I don't quite get it done by the end of the year, then I can imagine just a little bit carrying over into January, but for the most part, I'm really planning on it getting done by the end of the year, so I'm not planning on having that to carry over. So I'm thinking that between, I'd like to start focusing on some of these other full coverage pieces that I haven't, you know, because my focus has been on the eagles. But they are having a 21,000 stitches in 2021, so I haven't decided yet. I've got my mini stitching moon I'm going to do as well. And then they've got, I know they've got each month is a reading challenge. It's based on books. I don't think there's anything about that you have to read the books, but it's based off of the page numbers within those books. So much like this year, they're doing the National Parks challenges where you stitch 4,000 stitches for each national park. This one is going to be each month has 3 books listed that you do the page number count stitches on a single piece. You know, you can do up to the 3 pieces, I'm sure. So I think that's taking place at the national parks. So the funny thing about my eagles, speaking of the national park challenges, is that last weekend I was working away and it dawned on me, I wonder how far, or you know, where I'm at with one of my one of the challenge counts. So I did the math. I was 400 stitches over having finished a park. So 400 stitches didn't quite get counted towards the next park, but not a big deal. It's all getting, you know, work motivation to get you completed on stitches, right? So that's about it for the stitching. I've got a little bit of haul, and then I've actually got some things that I want to show for plans for October. So I know I've talked about her Needleminders before. Gina's Unique Needleminders. Love her shop. She's got tons to choose from on Etsy, and then she also has a Facebook group that she every so often she'll do little sales or whatever that she'll post a whole bunch of pictures, and you just me please on the ones that you want, PayPal invoicing, and she'll get them shipped out. So I did some shopping. I officially need a new sign or mounting board of some sort to put my collection on because I have officially filled my last one. I know I showed it early on. I don't have it handy at the moment, but so the ones I got this time is this adorable little kitty with a fish. Just such a cutie. And then I really like this woman with the butterflies. And then she had a bunch of Halloween ones out, so this little scarecrow holding a black kitty is so cute. Trick-or-treating. And then I love the little witch falling into her drink. And then the little, it says, I'm not going to be able to get it focused on there, but it's Witchy Potion Shop is what the little house is. And it kind of reminds me of a stitching piece that I'm actually working on where it's got the moon over the house. So I like the hat on the chimney. So that is so cute. So just to share with you, she does have an Etsy coupon or discount code. It is Etsy10 to use as a discount code before you check out. And I'll make sure to link her below, and I'll put that down there. You can get probably 10% off. So, very, very cute. And then just the last couple little pieces. Moonshine Crafter. Julez, Moonshine Crafter, I think, was having a de-stash sale, and so I picked up a couple things. She was doing a de-stash. She's got a puppy that, her dog, I think it's older than a puppy, needs some surgery, and so she was doing a de-stash, so I figured I'd find a few things. And so I got Buttercup Designs, because of course my black cat. And I know I saw her recently stitch this one. She may have done this one earlier, I don't remember, but I know she stitched this one. They're just adorable. Anything black cat, of course. And then she had some Be Stitch Me fabric out, and I have not tried Be Stitch Me yet. I know it has been quite a rage. And so when I saw that she had some available, I decided to snag a piece. And this is a 16 count in April Showers. And it's just going to get washed out. Just this gorgeous, gorgeous blue. Yeah. So there's really not any modeling or anything like that, but it's just this gorgeous blue. So no clue what I'm going to stitch on that yet, but we'll, I'm sure I can find something. So that's it for haul, and I'll just show a couple things that I've got in mind for plans for October. So the falling leaves was, I did that as a part of the Magazine Monthly Challenge Facebook group. Again, I'll link it below. And it was started by Carolyn at czookstitch and Robyn Hall. And Robyn Hall is at Bird's Eye Stitches. Love both of their videos. If you're not watching them, go watch. So they started the group to get people motivated to work on pieces out of their magazines that, you know, we've all got magazine subscriptions laying around that are, you know, are you really doing anything with? So great motivation. And so that was the theme for September was fall, autumn, and the October theme is spooky. So it doesn't have to necessarily be anything Halloween related per se, but you know, it could be something that has you know, maybe specialty stitches that, you know, can kind of scare you on your piece. Maybe it's a gigantic piece, you know, something of that nature. Maybe larger than you're used to stitching or something. But I did go through, I've got a number of the Just Cross Stitch Halloween issues. The one I found is out of the 2016. I know we all know this one with the black cat. So I've got this piece of 16 count Monster Mash from Picture This Plus. I love this material. It's just that's how it's folded out. It's an 8x12 piece. I was going through their 123 Stitches website one day and looking through, wanted to try some fun colors, and so I just figured I'd get the smaller pieces. I think this was only like maybe $4, and so fun ways to try some different color material. And so I know it's not really coming out, but it's a green with purple, maybe a grayish purple modeling. So I was wanting to find something that I could do on this. So I was looking through the magazines this morning for something monochromatic, basically. And while this magazine actually has 3 or 4 that I really wanted to do, this particular piece of material is not big enough for those other ones. But I did find this, and it's called a Sugar Skull pillow. They finished it into a pillow, but so I figured I'd stick with the Halloween theme. I know Sugar Skulls are more of a after Dia de los Muertos. I always stumble over trying to say that. So I love the monochromatic, and this one isn't too big. It's a 125 by 93 stitch count. So, and it's just charted to be all done in DMC. No plans on doing it as a pillow by any means. But depending on the size of the scrapbook that I get, that will make a pretty good, you know, size, because it's I forget now, I think it's going to be 8x6 on 16 count. I just did the math a little bit ago. I was looking at so many different ones in here. I know we've all seen this magazine. I'm not doing a full flip through. But a couple that I wanted to show. This one ends up not being anywhere near, this is way bigger than that. And I just thought this would look really cool rather than on the purple. So I'll have to find material and do that one in. It says, the key the crow brought turns only one lock. So, not sure if there's a meaning behind it or anything, but I just thought it looked really cool as a monochromatic piece. And then there was another one in here that I debated doing, but not that this one's monochromatic, but I know sometime, it's been a couple of years probably at least, I know I saw somebody talk about this one in a Flosstube video. I can't for the life of me remember who it was, but I feel like somebody ended up with it. They got the finished piece maybe as a small exchange or something. I don't remember the whole story behind it, but I love it. And it says Night Music, and you know, as a cat. So I debated doing this one on that piece as well, even though I think that's done on marking, maybe. I don't remember what it calls for. No, it doesn't say right away. But I love this piece. So I wish I could remember who it was that got that, but I don't remember. So that was my going to be my October magazine monthly challenge, and then just a couple more pieces that I plan to start for the month. Check out Stitching by the Shore, Laura. Great videos, love her stuff. She is having her birthday sale in October. She wanted to have the stitching community join her for her birthday, and her hashtag is going to be Pumpkin Birthday Sale. And so basically she's just asking for you to stitch anything that has a pumpkin. And so I found these, again, same issue, just some really, it's labeled Pumpkin Grid. I'm not sure who the artwork is by. I think I'd be better prepared for this. Designed by Angela Pullen. Atherton? Something like that. So I'm not planning on doing all 6 of these, but I really like these 2. I really like that one too. So I don't know. We'll see. I may at least start 1 or 2 of them. And that I'm actually planning, I've already thought about doing on a piece of, it's Picture This plus 16 count in Tycho, I think it is. There's the label. Tycho. That was. So it's just kind of a light neutral. Just a little bit of color throughout. I can't even really tan, maybe. Of course, you know, my lighting, I'm not with it yet. But so that's just kind of a piece. Small little things that I can push out maybe, and you know, put into that little stitching book that I want to do. And then the other one that I thought about doing, actually starting a bigger one, is Boo Friends by Diane Arthurs, and published by Imaginating. I absolutely love charts by published by Imaginating. Such great pieces, and I just thought this was so cute. I've had this in my stash for a while. I think I was gifted it by my mom or something, and I just hadn't done anything with it yet. And what better reason to start stitching it than for a great birthday sale. It is the Pumpkin Birthday Sale, hashtag again. I know I've seen a couple people talk about a Great Pumpkin Sale. There's some charity things going on with that, but I don't know much about those details. So that's my plans. So a little bit longer one. I guess I've been a little chatty today. So that's my plans. Of course, you know, there's going to be lots of stitching on the eagles. That's a given. So that's my obsession right now. So I just wanted to show it off the Q-Snap this week. So that's why I didn't dive right into page 45. But for the most part, I usually always do. So that's it for me. I've given you about the bulk of my life update. Not a whole lot going on. Just hanging out with my dad. And so yeah, I hope you guys have a great stitching week. Get lots of stitching done, and take care, be safe, and we'll see you guys next week.